I turned 32 on a rainy Thursday. It wasn't a milestone birthday, and truthfully, I hadn't planned to make a big deal out of it. No party, no reservations, no surprise expectations. Just a quiet day, a cup of coffee, maybe a nap, something that didn't require effort or coordination. After all, life had been a whirlwind lately. Deadlines at work, my sister's sudden move overseas, and Rob, my husband of 4 years, always distracted, always somewhere else, even when he was sitting right next to me. So when the doorbell rang at 10:14 a.m., I wasn't expecting a celebration. Certainly not a package wrapped in gold foil sitting like a secret on the porch. It wasn't large, but it was elegant. Square, sleek, with a ribbon tied so perfectly, it could have come from a movie scene. I brought it in, wiped the rain off the top, and noticed a handwritten note tucked beneath the bow. "Happy birthday, dear. I hope these remind you of the ones you loved as a girl. Love, Mom. In-law." I blinked. That was unexpected. Rob's mother, Ellen, wasn't cruel, but she wasn't exactly warm either. We'd had our share of awkward dinners and clipped conversations over the years. She always maintained a polite distance, the kind you reserve for acquaintances rather than family. So this little box of birthday chocolates felt oddly intimate, like something was shifting. Maybe, just maybe, she was making an effort. I smiled, genuinely touched, and placed the box carefully on the kitchen counter. I wanted to savor it later, with tea, in a moment of quiet where I could truly appreciate it. For now, I had laundry to fold and a Zoom meeting to survive. 45 minutes later, I came back. The box was gone. I frowned. I looked around. On the table? No. By the mail pile? No. Maybe Rob had moved it? I found him in the living room, sprawled on the couch, eyes glued to his phone. A small pile of gold wrappers rested on the coffee table. Empty. Torn. Flattened. "Rob," I said slowly, "did you eat the chocolates on the counter?" He looked up, mouth half full. "Oh yeah, those were good. Weird fillings, though. Some kind of berry?" My stomach dropped. They were for me. "What?" "They were for me, from your mom, for my birthday." He blinked. "Oh, I didn't know. I didn't see a note." I retrieved it from the trash. He read it, scratched his head, and gave me a weak smile. "Sorry, babe. I thought it was one of those generic gift baskets, company freebies or something." My mouth dried. "You didn't think to ask?" He didn't think it mattered. He stood up, walked over, tried to kiss my cheek. "It's just chocolate." But it wasn't. It was the first time in 4 years that Ellen had acknowledged me in a meaningful way. She had remembered the raspberry truffles I once mentioned during a holiday dinner. She had ordered them from a boutique store in my hometown. The gesture had weight. It meant something. And Rob had devoured every piece without thinking. Later that evening, I called Ellen to thank her. "Oh, I'm so glad it arrived. Did you try the raspberry ones? I had to call 3 shops to find them. Apparently, they only make them seasonally." I hesitated. "No, I didn't get to try any." There was a long pause. "I see," she said softly. "Let me guess. Rob?" I sighed. "He didn't know they were for me." She chuckled, but it was dry, tight. "That sounds familiar." I frowned. "Familiar how?" When Rob was 17, his father brought home a bottle of Chateau Margaux for our anniversary. I'd mentioned it once, just once, years before. We saved it for a special night, came home one evening to find it half gone, and Rob bragging that he had his buddies had sampled the good stuff after school. He never noticed it was meant for someone else. I was quiet. "Listen, dear," Ellen said gently. I've learned to love my son, but I've also learned not to expect mindfulness from him. He's never been very good at seeing what's not right in front of him. That night, I sat alone on the porch, watching the rain roll off the roof in quiet streams. I thought about all the times Rob had forgotten birthdays, not just mine, but his nieces, our friend's child, even his own mother's. The times I cooked a special meal only for him to stop for takeout on the way home. The times I cried in the bathroom and he didn't ask why. I thought it was busyness. I thought it was stress. I thought it was just how guys are. But maybe it was something deeper. Maybe he just didn't look closely enough at the people who loved him. And now I wondered how long I could live with that. The next morning, Rob bought me a cupcake from the grocery store. Makeup chocolate, he joked, holding it out. I forced a smile. You know, this isn't about candy. He sat down, puzzled. Then what is it about? It's about how quickly you dismissed something that wasn't meant for you, something that required effort, something that showed care. He leaned back, frowning. You're making this a bigger deal than it is. No, I said quietly. You're making it smaller so you don't have to feel bad. He blinked. Are you really that upset? Yes, I am, I said simply, because it keeps happening. Silence stretched between us like fog. For the next few days, we barely spoke. Then on the third morning, another package arrived. Gold foil, perfect ribbon. Another card. Round 2. Hide it from him. Love. Mom. I smiled and placed the box at the back of the freezer. I didn't eat it right away. I waited for a quiet evening when the world felt still, and I could sit with a cup of tea and let the flavors melt into memory. As I unwrapped the first truffle, raspberry, soft, delicate, I realized something. Sometimes love isn't loud. It isn't fireworks or dramatic apologies. Sometimes it's a box of chocolates carefully chosen, sent across the country, with a note that says, I see you. And sometimes disappointment isn't just about what's taken. It's about who doesn't notice.